Isn't it crazy when you get older and then you realize like how you treat your parents is like an exact mirror of how they treated you as a kid? So to the parents that were like super involved in their kids' lives and like took the time to like talk to them and whatever, their kids also take the time to talk to them and like get involved in their lives. And there were other parents that just didn't really care, that were just like, I'm feeding you and I'm, taking you to school and I'm giving you clothes and, you're living in my house and, that's my role as a parent is to like provide. The like nurturing aspect was not there. So then when those parents get older and those kids get older and then there's that role reversal that happens, I don't know why anybody is surprised when the dynamic is exactly the same. If you're a provider and not a nurturer, your kids will also only provide and not nurture you. And then, same coin, if you were a nurturing parent and like you cared to listen to your kids and like have conversations with them about their day, about what they learned, about their friends, their interests, their whatever, those kids will be more inherently more interested in also talking to you about your day and what's going on with you and how you're feeling. And you guys will have that bond. It won't be unnatural. I feel like what happens a lot of times is like parents like will have kids with the preconceived notion that this is, my investment, policy. They are going to take care of me when I get older and they're going to do all the things for me. But when it comes time for that and they have not done their part as a parent, it becomes a little like weird for the kid to then step into this like unnatural role that the parent is expecting, because the kid also expects for the parent to be like parent like, right? Um, you know, and for the parent, that's an unnatural role. And usually that happens because their parents weren't very like loving or nurturing or whatever, right? And so this is like generational trauma that does get passed down through your kids. And unfortunately, like, if you don't heal it, your kids are the ones that have to bear the brunt of healing it. And a lot of times that looks like being the rebel and being the black sheep and looking bad sometimes. But I would rather look bad than like ruin my mental health. You know what I mean? And it's just so frustrating because both sides have expectations of each other, and then both sides expectations are not being met, and so then like where do you go from there, right? And then it becomes where like the kid then ultimately has to be like the adult and be more understanding and more aware and more just having control over situations, because like the role reversal is just crazy. And sometimes I just feel like, taking care of my mom, like literally taking care of my child. Like I can't go anywhere and like not think about her. And I can't, like she's constantly always on my mind. I'm like wondering what she's doing, if she ate, she's okay. Like, you know, like I wish she had like a good friend, like a group of friends. And it sucks because like she took so much time to like take care of her parents, and then that fucked her up. And then the cycle continues, and I'm like, I'm not doing that. I can't let myself like become another version of my mom. Like my mom had so much potential. She was like, she still is. She's so cute. She like, if she would have maintained herself, like would have been like one of the most stunning women right now. And just, she just stopped caring about herself. And I hate that. And I hate that for a lot of women because they get so caught up in taking care of other people that they literally do forget who the hell they are, and they forget like what they're made of and what they're capable of, and like her intelligence and her humor and all the things. And like she just gets caught up in the wrong things. And like, I guess as a kid, that's like, I got parentified, and you're trying to like also parent your kid. I mean, your parent, you know, age after a certain point, it's like age and willingness. I'm not going to blame age, because there's people that I know that are older than her that are still learning and still improving themselves, so it's like a willingness to like want to do things. And I think, some people, as they get older and they've just gone through so much trauma, they just lose the willingness to like want to do anything for themselves. They're just like living to live. Just literally, my mom's only job in this world is to breathe for now, like, just, I like. And then sometimes I feel guilty. I was like, did I take away like everything from her by taking on all the responsibility? Like, maybe I should have let her work. Not that I needed her money, but it would have given her like a sense of purpose. And I just feel like parents think all these things about their kids, and there's like no kids that like have to think so many of these thoughts about their parents, unless you're in the role where you have to be. So if you're in that situation, my heart goes out to you. I resonate with you. We're working through it together. It's a lot, day at a time, but I hope it gets easier for us all.